Eagles back to the playoffs for the first time since 2009. You absolutely shut down the Lions in the second half. What did you do defensively to make some changes and prevent them from picking up boatloads of yards?
Well, I think we just got a group of kids that want to win and responded to the adjustments that Coach Clowney and the defensive coaches put together, and they did a great job executing. And I think we played probably a little bit more substance about us the second half than we did the first half. We were a little bit we were making some mistakes and kind of playing a couple of times our deal and still playing, individual deal and still playing our team deal. And it was a big game. You got a young football team, and they acted young at times. And in the second half, we get down there offensively a couple of times and don't get points that we should have gotten, and that was frustrating. When you get first and goal on the 1 yard line and you don't even get a try field goal, that's a little bit frustrating. But and that's probably my fault. I probably coached a little bit frustrated at times today, and so. But give Coach Turner and the offensive staff and did a great job with the game plan. To Coach Clowney and defensive staff, I just really proud of them, and I think we won the kicking game and did some things there. The blocking the kick was huge.
Yeah.
The punt, I read a statistic one time where 95%, I believe it's between 90 and 95% of the time a team blocks a punt, they win the ball game. So when we blocked that punt, I went over on one knee. Did you see me? I just went over there and got me some water and said, okay, everything's cool. No, I didn't do that, but it was a great win. We're grateful for it, and we praise the Lord for it, and very thankful for a group of kids that at one time were 2-2, and I asked them then to get old coaches back because I hadn't coached them very good, and they responded to that beautifully.
6 in a row, many of those wins with gritty performances from individual players, but you win as a team. How far has Carson-Newman come, not just on the field, but spiritually as well, over the last 6 weeks and change?
Well, I think we've grown a whole lot, and, I think we've gotten better out here, but you don't get better out here if you don't get better in here.
Mm-hmm.
This makes this happen. This never makes this happen. And so I think we're very blessed in the fact that we've had some guys and don't hear me wrong, we've had a bunch of guys that haven't done it in here. But we're going to keep pulling at that and keep talking about that, and hopefully one of these days seeds will start growing and we'll bear some fruit in there with all of them, and looking forward to that happening.
Second highest rushing tally of the season. You put 488 yards up on the ground against the league's number one defense in terms of yards allowed. What'd you do to them offensively?
Well, the offensive line did a tremendous job. The running backs were running extremely hard. We had it in space a few times and didn't have enough speed to take it to the house, but they sure got to tough yardage and they kept drives going, and I think we got pretty doggone good offensive line, and they make a lot of things happen for us. There's no question. And let's don't talk about the passing game today, okay? It was almost non-existent, and that was my fault a whole lot. Because we were having some running the ball opportunities, I backed us off a little bit with the passing game. Had too many penalties too.
You brought up earlier the time where Baker ripped off the 57-yarder, got you down to the one. He got caught. And I think there were 6 penalties on that series inside the 10. We haven't seen that since the Newberry game that I can think of. What was it with the penalties today?
Well, it's a beautiful day out today. What else you want to talk about? We were changing snap count, and we were checking off a lot. They jumped into goal line defense, and so we were checking off, and we just had some anxious folks, and probably should have stayed with a simple snap count and not changed it, but we did, and we got penalized.
You hold them 3 of 14 on third downs. What did you do to get the Mars Hill offense off the field?
Well, again, defensive. We started finally getting a little bit of pressure on John and John Rick, and receivers dropped a lot of passes, and that really helped us tremendously. They dropped a bunch, and so with I'd say Coach Clifton is really concerned about them dropping passes, and I'm concerned about penalties. So because I think that was the two factors that really kept this game as interesting as it did: our penalties and their drop passes.
Coach Sparks, a pleasure. Congratulations on a game in which you did not play. Victors 35-17 over the Mars Hill Lions. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a sweet victory, and really, really proud of our team. They've responded, and now hope that we'll get to. Hope the PA announcer knows what he's talking about, announcing ahead of time that we're going to the playoffs, because nothing's been announced officially.
I would presume. Right. You can yell at me later if the Eagles don't make it, but I think a win does get you in at this juncture.
Well, it looks that way. But and hope that's the way it is, of course. And I'd be great. Ideally, if we got a first round bye, ideally if we got to host a couple of ball games, and then wasn't a great crowd today?
Oh yeah,
and great support, and gosh, we felt them on our backs. They were there pulling us through. So we need to continue that going if we do and when we do get in the playoffs.
Coach, a pleasure. Congrats.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Carson-Newman head football coach Ken Sparks. We're back with more C and wrap up after this on the Coca-Cola Eagles Sports Network.
Do you want to feel as if you're visiting family and friends on your next getaway? Then stay with friends when you're visiting Danbridge, because friends give you more, especially the ones at Hampton Inn in Danbridge. Spend your day with the family relaxing poolside next to our indoor pool and spa. At night,
I'll
rest
go down to
easy
them.
on our clean and fresh Hampton
If he can
bed.
turn his mic on.
Since friends don't
I don't
let
hear him.
friends go hungry, you'll be treated to a free hot breakfast, including fresh-baked waffles. You can also meet all your business needs with our free high-speed internet and spacious state-of-the-art.
Are you working on them?
Real value from your friends at Hampton Inn in Danbridge, located just off I-40
Okay, I hear him
and
now.
417.
Yeah.
We're only 6 miles from
I don't hear him
Carson-Newman
talking, but
College. Book your visit at Hampton.com
I do hear him.
or call 865-940-1200. Hampton Inn in Danbridge, the official hotel of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Come on, guys.
More player interviews and stats come your way in 60 seconds when Eagle Wrap-Up continues on the Coca-Cola Eagles Sports
Have Paul
Network.
talking today.
Mic check.
Okay, we're
Here's
good.
Dayton Hilton of Dayton's Pest Control,
Where is he?
sponsor of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
On the field after the game, junior running back
No.
Tyron Douglas.
Teams and causes. Also, I have 4 relatives graduate from Carson-Newman. Their nursing building is also named after my Aunt
Where
Hannah
are they?
Hilton.
Oh, there they are.
If you have a pest control problem, please call
Okay.
Dayton's Pest Control. Dayton's also has the Clean Space encapsulation system for your dirt crawl space to control mold, mildew, and
Okay.
musty odors.
From a tradition of protecting your home to a tradition
Thank
of
you,
winning
sir.
with class.
Appreciate you, Will.
Go Eagles!
I think you
Fox Toyota in Clinton, proud sponsors of Carson-Newman Football. Robbie Fox and his staff wishes all the best for Coach Ken Sparks and the 2012 Carson-Newman Eagles as they advance through this season to make young men into men of integrity and great football players. It's all about winning, but winning is defined